What's up, guys? Let's talk about sitting at the feet of Jesus. Are you a Mary? Are you a Martha? Are you confused? Do you not know what to do? Who's going to do the dishes? I don't know. Let's roll. Hey everyone, welcome to the Pastor's Hangover. My name is Melissa, and we are going to chat with some pastors.
Yes.
Pastor Hal Mayer is here today.
Happy belated Mother's Day.
Yay!
Yeah.
Pastor Kristen Bonham, welcome to the
Hello.
show. And Pastor Daryl Black.
Hello.
It's great to see
I don't
everybody.
know why I
That was
turned
an
British all of a
interesting-
sudden.
What?
That was so weird. But I did it.
You did it.
I did it.
It's
You've
that
had
day.
some of those
It-
lately.
It's out there.
Songs of old.
Songs of old
So
comes to
songs of
mind.
old.
I don't know
Can we
what's
talk
happening.
about that?
That was weird.
funny.
Oh man, it just came out of my face and I couldn't. It was already out there. It was like songs of old. The moment that I
Yeah.
said it, I was like, did you just say
Yeah.
songs of old? And I didn't know if anyone else heard it the way I heard it, but it was just.
Well, we kind of
No, we
didn't
all-
until you said that.
Yeah.
And then it was
Yeah.
awesome.
Well, I'm kind of unhappy that kids today will never get to experience because people don't listen to the radio anymore. I
Yeah.
still remember that first time I was listening to like older music,
Yeah.
like an older station,
Yeah.
and a song from my childhood came on. I went, wait a second, this is not supposed to
Yeah.
be here.
Right.
You are
And I
now
went,
listening to
this
songs
is classic.
of old.
This is
Yeah.
now classic rock, or this is now. I was like, no, it's not.
Yeah.
That is so
Like to
fun.
think
Yeah.
that Tupac is now classic.
Yeah.
Like that's not current anymore. Did anybody catch the Tupac reference?
We had someone comment. That
Yes, we
they
did.
Yeah, there was a couple, maybe a handful of people that caught it, but
Elite.
There we go.
Pastor Kristen, tell everybody who you are.
I am Kristen. I have been recently moved over to the staff culture role. So I work on staff culture.
And if you know Pastor Kristen, it's probably from Beautiful or Freedom
Yes.
or the fact that you've been here for 29 years with Grace Family Church.
Yeah.
And you're just a huge part of everything that
Thanks.
happens here.
Thanks. Yeah, freedom really is my heart and my passion, and I just am so grateful that I get to do that here.
can you talk
Yeah.
for the people that don't know? Can you talk a little bit about what freedom is? I've gone through. I think we've all gone through freedom.
Yeah.
Amazing. So can you just share?
Yeah, so really just looking at the ways that our experiences have formed things that we think about God that aren't true, or the way that we see ourselves, or our challenges that maybe they don't align with God's word. And so we kind of wrestle through unpacking that and discovering what is true and how to kind of let go of some of those things that have shaped us and really lean into healing and freedom and then sharing it with others and through our lives. So
It's good.
I love it. We
Yeah.
just had our freedom encounter. It was amazing.
If you haven't done it, do it.
You have to do it.
It's incredible.
You have to
Even
do it.
stuff that you don't think you have, freedom will unlock
Yeah.
those doors and go, oh man, I've been holding on
Yeah.
to this thing. I didn't even think about it.
Yeah.
Because even when I did it, I spent a lot of years being free and working on stuff, but then having this concentrated, how many weeks is it?
10 weeks.
10 weeks.
Yeah.
Concentrated 10 weeks with a group of people and having the workbook. I was like, oh man, there is some stuff in there that I haven't
Oh, yeah.
I haven't shaken loose. And so freedom really helped me fine tune some areas some areas that I thought I'd conquered and hadn't and didn't realize that it was affecting me in other places of life. And
Yeah.
so, man, if you haven't taken it, take it. It's phenomenal. Got to do it. So,
And you take it more than once, right? Like
take it more than once.
I've taken it 3 times with Pastor Kristen. So God bless her
yeah.
for doing that with me. But you just keep uncovering. Freedom is a journey,
It's a
right?
journey.
Yeah.
You're not
Yeah.
arriving.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
but we're gonna give some people some freedom today.
All right.
Wait,
Because-
I do have a question.
Okay.
Did your husband come through? Did he recognize Mother's Day?
Yes.
Okay. Just
Okay.
wanted to make
Okay.
I
sure.
got flowers
Okay.
on
Nice.
Sunday. Yes, I did. He
We
loves
were all
me.
praying for him that he was wise
That's
enough to do
good.
that.
Yeah.
Yes, he did a
Good.
great job.
Okay.
Good.
He did a great job. So hope everyone else had a great Mother's Day too. And Pastor Daryl's message this weekend another installment of our You're Not Crazy series. And you covered a lot, but motherhood, Mother's Day, really affirming like how much work moms do. I felt like everyone felt so loved and seen. And then you shared about Mary and Martha.
Yeah.
And the questions that we got, hilarious this week. We're excited to talk through. But any overflow from the message you want to share, or you want to dive right in?
Definitely there's always things. One of the reasons that we do this is because there's always things you didn't get to add into the message, and that's far, wide, and deep. And I don't want to dig too much into that, but it was such a joy to write the message. Mother's Day is unique because it comes with so many emotions with it. And so Mother's Day for me has always been a wrestle because I lost my mother early. My mother was 31 years old when she died. So when you lose a parent that early, it messes with your identity. It messes with a lot of stuff in your life. And I only recently realized that was where my anxiety began and some of my insecurity began when my mother passed. And so it was the root of a whole lot of things. And so Mother's Day has always been a unique experience for me. And I've heard all the Mother's Day messages, and all of the ones that I've heard, I've always felt like I wasn't a part of that conversation.
Wow.
And so when the Holy Spirit was helping me craft this message, it was really, for me, I think in a lot of ways, he was speaking to me and saying, no, this is going to help set you free in some ways. And there are some people out there just like you, whether they lost their mother when they were young or older or whatever that is. Yeah. I want you to be able to speak to everyone where they are. And so the feedback has been amazing. You never know how anything's going to land. And I'm just going, Holy Spirit, I'm just going to let you lead this. And so this is one of the few messages that I've written that I was crying halfway through writing it, and not out of sadness, but out of gratefulness. Like, wow, God, okay, thank you. Thank you for helping me see something that I hadn't seen before, and helping me heal in these areas that I hadn't healed before. Because I don't even know that on Mother's Day that I had been grateful. I don't know that I'd been until this past couple of weeks thinking about it, and just all the things. Man, I'm grateful for the mom I had, and I'm grateful for everything she instilled in me. Like, I'm truly grateful for that, even though it was a short time. Man, I'm so grateful for it. So that's what this message was for me. And so I hope it resonated with everybody that listened to it. And yeah. So we can jump in before I get emotional.
I think that's really special to just have such a sweet moment, and to have shared that. I think you reached a lot of people. There's a lot of people whose moms have passed away that wrestle with the day and wrestle with the emotion.
Yeah.
And, it's heavy for sure.
I think sometimes too, people avoid church on Mother's Day because of some of that pain.
Yeah.
It's like, that's a hard day. That's a hard step to sit and think about, their pain and their wounds from loss, or just walking through hard things. And then Mother's Day can be weird too, because you're talking about your mom.
Yeah.
But then you also have a mom in your home to your children, and so it's this dance of, living in these two places. And so,
So we can settle this. You have a son.
Yes.
On Mother's Day, his responsibility is to
his wife.
Okay, good. Just wanted to clear that, because there is some conversation around that.
That has been a journey, because when your children become parents, there's always this shifting and kind of, dance of figuring out, what does this look like as your kids get married and start their own families and have babies, and you become a different role in their lives and in their kids, and just navigating that with a lot of open hands and just love. And so this year, Casey, my son, called and said, "Hey, Mom, this is what I'm doing for Katie and this is what we're doing with the kids. And now they have a puppy. So the puppy's coming. And then can we come over for lunch and we'll pick it up? And, he was great. And then we're going to see her mom. And as a mom, I'm like, oh my gosh, that just made me feel so special. And also I want to take the pressure off of you because I want to look at, and this is me, this is how I've learned through over the years, is that I want to enjoy all those special memories that we make throughout the year and not make everything hinge on a day. But it was fun. So they all came over and they brought their puppy and we had lunch. We all cooked together and it was great.
That's cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
And then my girls, we FaceTime and, but they've got their mothers and fathers too. And they have, so letting that be the lead story is like how I like to
That's good.
preface
cool.
it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Love it. Well, let's chat about Mary and Martha. This was kind of how you kicked off the message, sharing the story of Mary and Martha and what the moms want to know, what the people of the internet want to know.
All right. That's good. Oh, here we go.
Is if Martha is serving and Mary is sitting at Jesus's feet, and what Jesus says in the story, right, is honor what your sister is doing. You don't need to do the dishes right now. Who does the dishes? When do they get done? This is what the people with OCD need to know. How long are we allowed to let dishes sit in the sink? Or did we miss the whole point?
We missed the whole point.
Okay.
And I will say this: I have personal experience with this in my own home because my wife is things got to get done before she can sit down. And that was a battle for us in the beginning of our marriage because I might say, hey, babe, I want to go for a walk. Let's go for a walk. And my schedule was busy. I was traveling a lot. So when I'm home, I really want to spend time with you. So I'll come home and like, babe, let's go for a walk. She's like, well, I got to do the dishes first. I was like, no. Let's go for a walk. The dishes are fine. They're not alive. So they're not going to know you left. So
I'm sure that was taken incredibly well.
Let's go for a walk so we can spend some time
so
together.
Simple
and then you can come back and do the dishes. And she was like, no, because if I go on the walk, I won't be at rest, at peace, because the dishes are at home. I'm like, so we would get into what's more important, those dishes or spending time with me? Because I'm leaving in 2 days and I just want to go walking with my wife. And then it would turn into, well, you don't care about me because this is important to me because I need to get the dishes and then I won't be comfortable if the dishes aren't done. And then what if we walk for 2 hours and then it's too late to come back and do the dishes because then I got to take care of the kids. And me, I'm just going, girl, I would throw all these dishes in the trash so I could spend time with you. So let's spend time together. And so who does the dishes doesn't matter. I think the premise of the story is built around the fact is what's most important in that moment. The priority is Jesus is there. And if we use this in a contemporary context, Jesus is always here. Yeah. But there are specific times in your life where Jesus is calling your attention.
Yeah.
And that means, okay, I've got to walk away from this conversation, from doing this work, doing this busyness, because Jesus is calling my attention. So you walk away from it. And here's the other side of that. Because when you want Jesus' attention, you walk away from all that stuff. So why wouldn't you walk away from that stuff when he wants your attention? And so the stuff will get done. And when you spend time with Jesus, he will help you manage your time wisely so that you get the stuff done the way it can be done or the way it should be done. And so those are the things that I've learned. Yeah. I love the story of Mary and Martha because they're both constantly showing different perspectives of their worship. Yeah. When you go to John chapter 11, Lazarus has died. The first one to run out is Martha.
Yeah.
And she says, if you had been here, if you'd been here, he wouldn't have died. Then she says, but I know anything you ask of God, he will give it to you. So she starts off with the complaint and then she goes into worship. Fast forward, Mary doesn't run out. Mary stays at the house. She waits till later. And then when she sees Jesus, she runs out and falls to his feet and she worships first. And while she's at his feet worshiping, then she says, if you had been here, my brother wouldn't have died. Who's right? Clearly, they're both are worshipers.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly, they both have faith.
Mm-hmm.
But Mary she falls at his feet first because that's the priority.
Yeah.
And God, you are God. And here's my complaint.
Mm-hmm.
I think coming to God, the fact that Martha even came to God is her recognizing he is God.
Mm-hmm.
She's just got a fast mouth. She's like, I'm going to tell you what's on my mind, but God, I love you. He's like, you can do this. And so they're both right. I think we just, as people, we have to manage those moments well to know that the priority is worship. The priority is not that Lazarus is dead. The priority is not that the dishes need to be done. The priority is that Jesus is here. And so what do you do with that?
Yeah, that's good.
I think too, recognizing, I'm thinking of all the moms listening and going, but the dish, like Tracy saying, I need to do this. Or because as moms, the reality is there's the next task coming. There's always the next thing.
Yeah.
And in our minds, it's like, but I have to do this. And if I don't do this, then I can't do this. And I have to do, like Tracy was saying. And so when you think about Mary and Martha and their different wiring, their different personalities, their different giftings, they both went.
Yeah.
They both knew where the answers were.
Yeah.
And that was with Jesus. And so if you're the mom that's more, I want to do, tell me what to do and tell me what the expectation is so I can meet it.
Yeah.
And that will make me feel like I've been approved by God or I'm connected to God.
Yeah.
Or those that are just like, I'm just going to go on a worship walk and I don't care about my dishes, Those are both realities.
Yeah.
But they both went to Jesus because they both knew he's where the answer is.
Yeah.
And so however that looks, we can learn from each other, I think, too, because you got moms out there going, yeah, but there's responsibility. So that's all great. But my kids got to go to school tomorrow. So I got to I got to go to the grocery store. I got to get lunch. I got,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because in the same way that is personality differences, it can also be turned into, I hate to use this word, but for lack of a better one, toxic behavior.
Yes.
To where if you're always doing, you're forgetting the main point. But if you're always just running to your worship walk, but then you don't.
You're not living in you're
It's
not
like,
actually taking any steps.
That kid's got to get dressed.
Yeah.
You still got to, the dishes are piling up. That doesn't mean don't do the dishes.
Right.
And people will use that sometimes. They go, hey, man, I'm such a doer, and God respects the doer, or God respects the worship, so I'm running to him to worship. Because I've seen people, and we probably, there was a conference that I did years ago, and the guy who's up leading the conference, he says, how many people came here and didn't do their laundry? He said, you should go home now because you've forgotten your home responsibilities, but you just so you could find money to come to a conference. Well, I'm only going to inspire you for 30 minutes, and you're going to go back home to that mess. And I was like, whoa. And so he was just using how we've missed all of this that we need to get in order. We've walked away from the chaos so that we can get an inspiring word, not to go fix the chaos, but just so we can feel good for a moment. And then the chaos still lives, and you're not taking care of that. And you're going to pay money for another conference, and then another conference, and another worship service, and another thing. And God is not a God of either or. He's both and.
Yeah, I love what you said about when Jesus is calling for your attention, and that requires cultivating that relationship with him so that when I'm standing at the stove cooking dinner and I don't want to sit down with my family because I just have other things I need to do, to your point, now it's working against me.
Yeah.
Now my ability to do a lot of things and accomplish a lot of things is taking away from spending time that I can. But am I even going to recognize when Jesus is saying, go sit down at the table.
Yeah.
Go sit down. Take a minute.
Yeah.
Spend time with your family. Spend time with me versus I'm just going to keep going to the next and the next and the next because they're never going to run out. We're never going to run out. We're never going to run out of things to do as a mama.
It's a discipline.
It's priority.
Yeah.
And I think that's what the story is about. Dishes are not bad to do, but the priority is God. And so I think that's the thing in life is there are good things and there are God things. And we can be so good at filling our life with good things that we miss the God things. And so it's, what is my priority in life? My priority, first and foremost, every single day is to connect with God. Because if I don't connect with God, then I'm going to miss so much of everything else. Yeah. And so what does that look like? And man, it looks different. I used to joke about how, one of my pastors that I grew up with, like his time with God was when he was in the bathroom. And so it's just where nobody got and talked to him when he was in there. And so he had his Bible in there, all that, and that's a whole nother deal. But, it's wherever you can find it. I know if you got little ones, just trying to find the time to get away from them or whatever that may be, it's being purposeful and finding that time with God. Yeah. Because if I don't have that time with God, then who's directing me throughout the rest of the day?
Yeah. Right.
Who is the one telling me, hey, you don't need to do that right now. You need to sit down with your family. Or, hey, that's not what's important right now. Do you see your kid over there going through the issue that they're going through? Right. Or do you see your spouse walking through what they're walking through? And this is not a woman thing. This is a human thing.
Yes.
Men can be just as busy and just as consumed with doing things rather than spending time with God and with other people. And so it's that priority dynamic of, am I making sure that Jesus is first? And that's what he's doing right there. He's going, hey, look, it's not that the dishes are bad, but you have the opportunity right now. Maybe you've forgotten. You get to spend time with Jesus in your living room. Yeah. And I think we would go, oh, absolutely, I would pick Jesus every time. Well, we have the opportunity to spend time with him every day. Do we pick that every day? Yeah. And at any moment. And so it's that idea of that priority. If that priority is in the right place, then it's not that the rest of life just falls into place, but at least we have the relationship that allows us to see what matters most and what we ought to do.
So prioritizing that right requires a little bit of quiet time, a little bit of alone time, a little bit of putting yourself maybe, first early in the day or whatever. So can you talk about, I'd love to hear from Kristen and Hal. I know you're the only one here with young kids right now. Mom guilt, parent guilt. Like, is that real? Have you felt it? How do you navigate guilt as a parent, feeling like you're not good enough? I remember someone said to me once, no parent ever feels like they're good enough. And I would ask someone, I'm like, you seem like an amazing parent. Do you feel like you're good enough? And she was like, oh no, never. And I was like, really? Anyway. So
you can talk about mom guilt since I've never felt
that. You've never felt mom guilt?
No, I haven't gotten that one.
I would say even as confident as you may come across, or someone may look at me or anyone and think, oh, they've got it together, or you're seeing the polished front porch version unless you know me. Because if you get to know me, you're going to hear I'm struggling. I feel bad. I had to say no to this and I couldn't do this, or I do feel guilty that I spent too much time trying to do things versus being present with my kids. And I think for me, the only source, it's what Mary and Martha did. The answer is in spending time with Jesus, because I literally went through a season of being so busy doing, and then I would beat myself up, or shame would beat myself up, would beat me up in the, but you didn't do that. Like when I would go to bed at night. And he would it was like a movie reel of the things I missed that day, until I actually got real with God and said, this is where I'm missing it. And then I would hear those whispers of, go sit down at the table. Go sit down and read a book. They're asking, just not all the time, but I would hear direction from the Holy Spirit and those little whisperings to do those things. And then he would give me encouragement. I remember I was listening to this teacher from Songs of Old, Teachers of Old. His name was Fuchsia Pickett.
Ooh.
And I was trying to learn these things and grow in my faith. And I had this mentor, and I remember I would put it in my car, and my kids were in the way back, little. And when I would feel bad, I'm listening to these teachings and I'm driving around with my kids and they just want their stuff. And I will never forget Taylor, when she was probably 5 years old, she goes, Mom, can you turn on Fuchsia Pickett? I was like, oh, something right. I'm doing something right. But, you just don't know that even in your honesty, God is pouring into your kids.
Yeah.
You know, you just so.
That's true. I think the hardest thing in parenting is anybody that thinks they're a perfect parent doesn't have a kid yet.
Yes.
And they love to tell you how you should parent. It's
You are
so
a
fun.
perfect parent,
So I'm
Mel.
perfect.
You
You are
are.
a perfect
Yeah.
parent.
It-
You're
it
giving your
is.
child everything they
I don't
need
know. I had
right
a
now.
soda the other day. I was like, this is not
Ooh.
perfect for this kid, huh?
That's it.
What?
Never mind.
It was a treat. It was a treat.
A
Beca- I-
donut.
But because the biggest reasons is it's really hard to see the progress a lot of time as a parent because you're so stuck in the day to day.
Mhm.
And so it is. You're just with those raggedy kids.
Yeah.
And because you're in the day to day with, I've got a 5-year-old and 11-year-old. And so much of my time is don't do that. Stop doing that. Let's not. And it's like, why did you think you could do that? Those kind of things. And it's hard to always see the good.
Yeah.
And it's usually when they're around other people like, oh, wow, they've grown so much in this, or they're so much better. We're like, really? Because it's so hard because you're in the middle of it. And so it is one of those things I think as a parent you do. And because you are always correcting, you always feel guilty about correcting all of the time and not say, oh, maybe if I did this better, they'd be a better kid. Or if I did this differently, maybe they wouldn't have these problems. And it's this constant thing that if you don't have any sort of other side of really God, the Holy Spirit, other people in your life going, hey, you're doing a good job, or your kids aren't as bad as you think they are, you'll spin out quick.
Yeah.
Because because everything that's happening in front of you is in the moment. And and I would say this as parents, one of the things that I've tried even harder doing is to spend more time on when they get something right or when I see something good, especially in it's like, and just and not say but, or you did that but, or whatever it may be, but man, that was great. And really focusing on that for a moment. Can we just sit in the good thing you just did? Let's just sit, because if you get up and move, you're going to do something that I don't like. But it's just 5-year-olds, man. They're just constant.
Bro.
He cracks me up.
It's never ending.
It is.
It's
And-
like a cycle. Okay,
Well,
here we are again. Didn't we
and they
do
always
this
ask,
yesterday?
how does your 11-year-old get along with your 5-year-old? I'm like, that's a good question. I don't know if get along is the right word.
Yeah.
They can be in the same place, but getting along, I don't know if that's the case. But I would say that with parenting especially is, man, you got to have the right people around you encouraging you.
Yeah.
And you got to have the Holy Spirit guiding you in it, or you will feel like a failure all the time.
Yeah.
You said something.
good.
You said something, Kristen, and so I want you to explain, how do you encourage someone who they'll hear the Spirit,
Yeah.
and say, hey, you should go sit down and read that book with them, or you should go do that thing. Because I've had time as a parent, I've got 5 children, where God said, hey, you should go do that thing, and then I don't do it.
Oh, yeah.
So how would you encourage someone who's hearing that and they're maybe not even motivated to do it because maybe they feel like that's not their skill set, they're not good at that thing, and they know God is saying to do that thing, but they're just like, they still feel less than,
Yeah.
even though that's a thing that they know they're hearing to do.
Well, so to be honest, I probably heard it a dozen times before I actually did it. And that's the reality of changing your defaults and your tendencies to just go to the easy thing. It might be easier to, do the dishes while your family's eating than go sit down and sit in an awkward conversation with little people who don't really talk to you. We're going to get it wrong
Yeah.
and miss it. But the beauty of our walk with God is He is never going, "Ugh, you missed it."
Yeah.
He's like, come, let's do it again. It's like when we talk about parenting and you think, we've been doing this every day, 10 times a day for the last 10 days. And how exhausted and how frustrated we can get, or we think, is this doing anything?
Yeah.
And God is never feeling that about us. Ever. He is the ultimate. I will show up every day, and when you do it well, when you get it right, I am going to throw a party, and I am never going to mention the 10 times you didn't do it. And so that was me. It took me, okay, I'm going to take this step. I literally remember standing at my stove, getting dinner plates ready, and at that time I was in this little run club, and I was like, I'm going to go out for a run while my family sits down and eats dinner. And the Holy Spirit and I had a wrestling match at the stove. And I sat down and I felt the win of that moment.
Mm.
And then it was easier to do it the next time. And I didn't do it every time I heard it after that. You know,
Yeah.
but the beauty is God gives us way more grace than we give ourselves.
Mm.
So
That's good. Good.
That is awesome. I think that's inspiring and gives a lot of hope
Yeah.
to a lot of parents that feel like they've messed up, but there's always another day,
got
another
another chance.
moment.
Mhm.
There's no perfect parent. There's no, there's no guilt and shame that needs to be with you in your
Yeah.
parenting journey. So I think that gives people a lot of hope.
What are we talking about now? Raggedy kids?
Raggedy kids.
No.
What makes a kid raggedy?
being born.
You said that.
Oh,
Did I
Don't
say that
say
in the
that.
oh, that's good.
I mean, I love them and they're so cute and they have, but man, we're all gonna have,
Yes.
we are all working our
But not
raggedy
mine,
out.
right?
I'm a
Mhm.
raggedy kid.
Yep.
He's gonna be really cute though.
He's gonna be
mine.
adorable.
He's gonna be
Absolutely.
one of
But
the
he's-
cutest raggedy kids.
And
I mean,
you are.
did I get that wrong?
No.
Okay,
You're gonna
just
think you are
checking.
such an amazing parent, and then he's gonna start to talk, and you're gonna go, "Wait, what?" And then you're gonna go, "That's Eddie. That's not me.
Yeah.
That's your son."
like I think we forget. First of all, I loved using the term raggedy.
It's a great little-
my
It's so
my
funny.
children, when I went home and they give me sermon feedback, and they were like, "Dad, I'm surprised you use raggedy up there," like because I use that at home all the time, and they loved it. They was like, they felt like we were in our kitchen.
Yeah.
And I said, I don't know. It came out, and I just stuck with it. I said, here's where we're going. It's raggedy, and I've used the term raggedy for everybody. Like when someone is just being out of order, you're being raggedy. Not doing what you're supposed to do, you're being raggedy. And I think when it comes to children, even babies, we forget that they're born raggedy.
Yeah.
We forget that, man, you're born with the condition of sin. It's a disease, and you're born with that disease. And so we have such high expectations out of our little ones, and we forget, no, that child is raggedy. And some of them way off a little bit more than others, but they're all raggedy.
Yeah.
And so that was just my little colloquialism that I like to use. I think it's funny.
So funny.
And
So essentially, raggedy is a
It's kids being kids.
kids being kids.
Yeah.
It's our sin nature
Yeah.
as human beings.
yeah.
That's really the bottom line.
Yeah, and trying to take some of the pressure off parents because some of that guilt is, man, I'm not doing the right thing.
My
I'm-
kid's
I'm
not
doing this.
perfect.
Yeah.
My kid's
Yeah.
not performing. My
It's like-
kid's not getting it. Yeah.
Your kid is being a kid.
Yeah.
Right.
Your kid is doing what all kids do. They're being raggedy. And so, yeah, we've got to we've got
so
to
funny.
have discipline and order and all that stuff. But yeah, your kid is doing what kids do. Now we can turn this. Now there are some raggedy parents.
Well, if we're all sinners
Hello.
and we're all in the journey of
Right.
becoming
Yep.
transformed and
Yeah.
renewed,
So
then we
That's-
all have a little raggedy in us.
we should make some hats. Say, once was raggedy, but now I'm saved.
And still raggedy. Yeah.
Now just my kid.
Yeah.
Yep. If you want to feel better about your kid,
Raggedy.co.
you should
Raggedy,
you should
yes.
get
Post
you should
raggedy.
get involved serving in your kids' age group. I always tell people with middle school kids, you should come out and hang out with middle schoolers. You'll
Oh,
feel
man.
better about your kid
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
because
yeah.
middle schoolers are just middle schoolers.
That is.
They don't make any sense. I always love the number one question I would get from moms. They would say, "Is this normal?" And then they would list the thing. I got that from boy moms, especially middle school, all the time. And most of the time it was. Most of the time I was like, "Yep, that's just a boy."
Yeah.
One time it
Yeah.
wasn't, but
This is good wisdom for me.
The good thing
Yes.
about boys, I feel like boys will just do it right in front of you and go, huh?
Yeah.
yeah.
Girls are a little more like, let me see if I can
Sneaky.
sneak this around the corner and she doesn't know I'm doing it. I'm like, I'm a girl too. I know you're doing it.
There you go.
Boys will just be like, oh, I forgot, or I didn't know you meant this.
Yeah.
That's what you have to look
Hysterical.
forward to.
This
So
is
much
wrong.
to look forward
Hit
to.
my brother in the head with this chair. That was wrong.
You meant
I
this
didn't know.
chair?
I didn't know that was
This
wrong.
chair?
you mean when I hit him like this, it's wrong?
Boy.
Does that go on in
This
your
is
house?
a
Oh my
deep
gosh.
dive on parenting. Thank you guys. Really quick, we have one last question
Yes.
that we got a couple times. Pastor Darrell said in his message, God had 2 kids and they didn't listen to him either, and he did everything right. So also take that as your parenting. Deep breath.
Yes.
Who are the 2 kids that you were talking about?
Yes.
People need
there
to know.
seems to be a
Is
lot
it
of confusion
Jesus?
about
Yes.
who these 2 kids
Is
are.
it
It's
Adam and Eve?
And-
Okay.
and
It's a
just
joke,
just to be
people.
clear,
Yeah.
it's not doctrinal. It's poetic. It's Adam and Eve. Those are his first 2 children. Of course, the Bible doesn't say it that way. When the Bible starts talking about children, it's talking about those who have proclaimed their faith in God. And so we are adopted into the family. It's all that. But it's Adam and Eve, guys. So
You have fact checkers. You gotta.
I know,
You
and
do.
I appreciate the questions.
Yeah.
And I think there was another question we could close on: is who's more important, the mother or the father? And
didn't wanna start
thank
a
you
fight.
for tuning in. Bye.
That's it. You're gonna leave them like that?
I think the question is not fair
No.
Yeah.
because it's like asking which wing on the plane is more important.
Oh, that's a great analogy.
They're equally important. And,
Right.
and if you know anything about airplanes, sometimes one wing carries more of the weight than at other times, but you need them both. And so parenting is the same way. You need the mother and the father. If you're going to have stability and identity and strong faith, you need them both.
Yeah.
So you can't put them against each other. They're not in competition. They are partners that are necessary. So,
Yeah. So
That's
the father.
a beautiful thing.
yeah.
All right, and on that note, thank you for being with us, Kristen. Thank you
for having
guys
me.
for another episode of The Pastor's Hangover. We'll see you next week.